Deep within the vast expanse of the ocean, where the horizon stretches endlessly and the world feels both infinite and mysterious, there are places that remain untouched by the rush of modern life. Far from the bustling crowds and towering skyscrapers, beyond the reach of highways and city lights, lies a hidden gem. An island so remote that it feels like a secret whispered by the sea itself. This is a place, untouched by time, where ancient forests meet the crashing waves, and the air is filled with the scent of salt and pine. Here, nature reigns supreme, and the spirit of adventure still thrives in every gust of wind and every call of a distant seabird. This is the story of my journey to America's most remote island town, a place where the ordinary fades away, replaced by the extraordinary beauty of wild landscapes and the quiet resilience of those who call it home. I've always been drawn to the unexplored corners of our planet, those hidden pockets where nature's raw beauty and human resilience intertwine. There's something magical about venturing into the unknown, about stepping off the beaten path and discovering a world that few have ever seen. This island, with its promise of untouched landscapes and a glimpse into a simpler way of life, called to me like a beacon in the night. The thought of wandering along deserted beaches at sunrise or watching a lighthouse cast its glow across the waves filled me with anticipation. I knew the journey would be challenging, a true test of my limits and a rare opportunity to reconnect with the raw power of the natural world. Every step would demand courage, curiosity, and a willingness to embrace the unknown, but the allure of the unknown, the chance to experience a place few have ever seen, fueled my determination. The promise of discovery, of finding something truly special, was impossible to resist. Join me now as we embark on an adventure to this extraordinary island. A place where the spirit of exploration ignites the soul, where every moment is filled with wonder, and where the untamed beauty of the natural world leaves an everlasting imprint on the heart. Let's discover together what secrets this hidden gem holds. The journey to this remote island was not for the faint of heart. It demanded a willingness to leave behind the familiar, to trade comfort for uncertainty, and to trust in the promise of discovery. The very thought of venturing so far from civilization sent a thrill through me, a mixture of excitement and nervous anticipation. It was a call to adventure that echoed deep within my soul, urging me to step outside my comfort zone and embrace the unknown. The wild, untamed beauty of the island seemed to beckon, whispering stories of explorers and dreamers who had come before me. I felt a magnetic pull, as if the land itself was inviting me to become part of its story. It was a chance to challenge my limits, both physically and mentally, and to reconnect with the raw power of the natural world. Every step forward was a step away from routine, a step towards something greater. I knew that this journey would test my endurance, my courage, and my willingness to adapt to whatever the island had in store. The journey began with a series of flights, each one taking me further away from civilization and closer to the heart of the wilderness. Airports grew smaller, the crowds thinner, and the sense of isolation more profound. With every takeoff and landing, I felt the distance from my old life growing, replaced by a sense of possibility. As the plane soared over the vast expanse of the ocean, I couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and anticipation. The endless blue below seemed to stretch on forever, a reminder of how small we are in the face of nature's grandeur. The clouds drifted lazily beneath us, and I found myself lost in thought, imagining the adventures that awaited on the distant shore. The world below seemed to shrink, and the weight of everyday life seemed to lift from my shoulders. Up here, above the clouds, worries and responsibilities faded into the background. There was only the present moment, the hum of the engines, and the promise of something extraordinary just beyond the horizon. After what felt like an eternity in the air, we finally touched down on a small, windswept island. The runway was little more than a strip of asphalt carved out of the wild landscape, surrounded by rugged cliffs and crashing waves. As I stepped off the plane, a rush of salty air greeted me, sharp and invigorating. The air was thick with the smell of salt and sea, and the sound of crashing waves filled my ears. The island felt alive, its energy pulsing through the wind and water. I paused for a moment, letting the sights and sounds wash over me, grounding myself in this new reality. This was just the beginning of our adventure. The shoreline stretched out before us, wild and untamed, promising challenges and discoveries at every turn. My heart raced with anticipation, knowing that the real journey was only just beginning. From there we boarded a small boat, its hull bobbing gently on the waves. The boat was our link to the unknown, ready to carry us deeper into the heart of the island's mysteries. The water sparkled in the sunlight, and the distant horizon seemed to promise endless possibilities. The captain, a weathered man with eyes that held the wisdom of the sea, steered us through the choppy waters with a steady hand. His quiet confidence was reassuring, and as we left the safety of the dock behind, I felt a surge of excitement. The adventure I had dreamed of was finally underway, and I was ready to answer the call. As we journeyed deeper into the vast expanse of the ocean, a sense of both excitement and uncertainty filled the air. The world we knew seemed to shrink behind us, swallowed by the endless blue stretching in every direction. The familiar world faded into a distant memory. The shoreline, once a comforting sight, slowly disappeared from view, replaced by the boundless horizon where sky and sea met in a seamless embrace. The hum of city life was replaced by the rhythmic crash of waves against the hull of our boat, a constant reminder of the wild forces surrounding us. Every splash and spray seemed to echo the pulse of the ocean itself. The air thick with the salty tang of the sea, we breathed in the freshness that only the open ocean can offer. Mist clung to our skin, blurring the line between ourselves and the world around us. Each passing hour carried us further away from civilization and closer to the heart of the unknown. The open water seemed to stretch on forever, a vast and mysterious frontier waiting to be explored. The journey was long and arduous, a test of our patience and endurance. The sea was unpredictable, sometimes calm and gentle, other times wild and unforgiving, tossing our small boat like a toy. The sun beat down relentlessly and the wind whipped at our faces, but our spirits remained high. We found strength in each other, sharing stories and laughter to pass the time and keep our hopes alive. We were driven by a shared thirst for adventure, a desire to experience a place few had ever seen. The promise of discovery kept us moving forward, even when fatigue threatened to slow us down. As we approached our destination, a sense of anticipation washed over me. Every eye was fixed on the horizon, searching for the first glimpse of land, hearts pounding with excitement and nerves. The island emerged from the mist like a mirage, its rugged cliffs and emerald green slopes beckoning us closer. It felt as if we were the first to ever set eyes on this hidden paradise, a secret kept by the sea. It was a place of untouched beauty, a sanctuary untouched by the hands of time. In that moment, we knew our journey had led us somewhere truly extraordinary, a world waiting to be discovered. Stepping ashore, I was greeted by a sight that took my breath away. The island was a tapestry of vibrant colors, a living testament to the raw power and beauty of the natural world. Towering cliffs, sculpted by centuries of wind and waves, rose majestically from the turquoise waters. Emerald green slopes, blanketed in a lush carpet of vegetation, stretched out before me, inviting exploration. Waterfalls cascaded down rocky outcrops, their thunderous roar echoing through the air. The air was alive with the sound of birdsong, a symphony of chirps and trills that filled the air with a sense of untamed joy. The beaches, pristine and untouched, stretched out like ribbons of golden sand, kissed by the gentle caress of the waves. The water, crystal clear and teeming with life, invited me to dive in and explore its hidden depths. Life on the island moved at a different pace, a rhythm dictated by the ebb and flow of the tides and the rising and setting of the sun. Gone was the relentless hustle and bustle of city life, replaced by a sense of tranquility that, just seemed to permeate every aspect of daily life. The islanders, a hardy and resourceful people, had learned to live in harmony with their surroundings, their lives intricately interwoven with the rhythms of nature. Fishing, the lifeblood of the island, was more than just a means of sustenance. It was a way of life passed down through generations. I watched in awe as skilled fishermen cast their nets into the turquoise waters, their movements really honed by years of experience. The fruits of their labor, a bounty of fresh fish and seafood, would later be shared amongst the community, a testament to their spirit of cooperation and shared reliance. Despite the challenges of island life, the people here possessed a warmth and generosity that was truly heartwarming. They welcomed me into their homes and their lives with open arms, eager to share their stories and traditions. Their smiles were genuine, their laughter infectious, and their hospitality knew no bounds. I spent my evenings gathered around communal fires, listening to tales of the island's history and lore. The elders, their faces etched with the wisdom of generations past, shared stories of their ancestors, their voices filled with pride and reverence. The children, their eyes sparkling with curiosity, peppered me with questions about the world beyond the island's shores. Their innocence and thirst for knowledge was a refreshing reminder of the simple joys in life. Life on this remote island was not without its challenges. The islanders faced the constant threat of storms, the isolation of their surroundings, and the limited resources available to them. Yet they faced these challenges with a resilience and determination that was truly inspiring. They had learned to make the most of what they had, relying on their ingenuity and resourcefulness to overcome obstacles. They understood the delicate balance of nature and lived in harmony with their surroundings, taking only what they needed and giving back whenever they could. Their self-sufficiency was a testament to their deep connection to the land and their unwavering spirit. As my time on the island drew to a close, I couldn't help but feel a sense of sadness at leaving this magical place behind. The island and its people had left an indelible mark on my soul, a reminder of the beauty, resilience, and spirit of adventure that exists within us all. I carried with me the lessons I had learned, the stories I had heard, and the friendships I had forged. I had arrived a stranger, but I left feeling like I had found a piece of myself that I never knew was missing. This journey had been more than just a physical expedition. It had been a journey of self-discovery, a reminder of the importance of connecting with nature, embracing simplicity, and finding joy in the everyday moments. As I bid farewell to this hidden gem, I carried with me a renewed sense of wonder and a deep appreciation for the simple yet profound beauty of our planet. The journey to America's most remote island town was more than just an adventure. It was a testament to the human spirit's capacity for exploration, resilience, and connection. I invite you to join me in keeping the spirit of adventure alive. Seek out the hidden corners of our world, embrace the unknown, and allow yourself to be transformed by the power of nature and the warmth of human connection. And if you'd like to support more stories like this, consider subscribing to my channel. Together, let's keep exploring, keep discovering, and keep the spirit of adventure burning bright.